Imagine two of nature's most infamous apex predators, locked in a closed space with no way out. What happens when their paths collide? Let's run the simulation to find out. But before we do, take 1 second to drop a like on this video. In reality, these animals never meet. The Black Mamba rules the savannas of Africa, while the massive Black Cobra dominates completely separate ecosystems across parts of Africa and Asia. So we have to pull them out of their natural habitats. By placing them in a sterile, enclosed arena, we strip away all environmental camouflage and ambush advantages. With nowhere to hide, determining the survivor comes down to strict biology. We have to measure their exact evolutionary weaponry against each other. First, we examine the Black Mamba. Across its native range, a strike from this serpent is widely known as the kiss of death. But look closely at its exterior scales. The snake is actually olive or gray. The terrifying name originates from the pitch-black abyss inside its mouth, which it flashes only when threatened. Its primary physical adaptation is velocity. Gliding across the ground at 12.5 miles per hour, it easily outpaces a human running in full panic. But that speed is merely a delivery system for a highly potent neurotoxin. This is a chemical compound specifically designed to attack the nervous system and block critical signals from the brain. A single bite contains enough venom to kill 10 adults. Without antivenom, the mortality rate is 100%, as the chemical paralyzes the victim's lungs and causes suffocation within minutes. The mamba operates as an evolutionary glass cannon. It relies on blinding speed to deliver a system-crashing chemical before an opponent can even react. Now, evaluate the Black Cobra. These snakes, often massive, melanistic versions of the forest or spectacled cobra, rely on pure physical bulk. By lifting a third of its body straight into the air and spreading its neck ribs, it creates a towering, physical shield to intimidate anything that approaches. Supporting that upright wall requires incredibly dense internal architecture. A thick spinal column and elongated ribs provide the rigid framework necessary to hold that commanding posture. Unlike the mamba, the cobra utilizes a heavy dose of cytotoxins. When injected, these destructive proteins immediately begin liquefying local flesh, breaking down muscle tissue right at the site of the bite. Carrying that dense frame and flesh-destroying venom dictates exactly how it fights. It doesn't chase, it waits. The cobra is a biological tank. Its strategy is simple: remain entirely static, force the enemy to face a massive wall of scales, and inflict severe structural damage on anything foolish enough to close the distance. When placed in the arena together, their opposing strategies activate immediately. The mamba twitches with nervous, hyper-oppressive energy, while the cobra anchors itself and calmly tracks the movement. The mamba takes the offensive. Using its superior velocity, it actively circles the heavy armor, probing for a blind spot. The cobra reacts by pivoting on the dirt. The hood flares to its maximum size, presenting a dark, unyielding target to the African Reaper. Then, the tension snaps. The mamba launches itself straight at the cobra's neck, moving so fast it blurs into a red haze. But the heavy tank sweeps its bulk just out of the way. In a brutal counterattack, the cobra sinks its fangs deep into the mamba's lower half, locking its jaws to pump in the cytotoxins. That firm grip is a fatal error against a speed-based hunter. The fraction of a second the cobra takes to release allows the mamba to snap back, landing 3 rapid, devastating strikes directly onto the cobra's head. The physical melee ends as quickly as it began. Both animals pull away, deeply envenomated. The battle is no longer about fangs or muscle. It is an internal chemical race to shut down the opponent's biology. Inside the mamba's lower body, the cobra's venom goes to work immediately. The localized cytotoxins rapidly dissolve the muscle tissue, triggering excruciating pain at the bite wound. This diagram shows the internal battleground. The cobra's venom burns localized red holes in the tissue. Meanwhile, the mamba's neurotoxin is a green pulse rocketing straight toward the cobra's brain. Deployed just inches from the central nervous system, it immediately strikes the control center. The result is a total system crash. Within minutes, the heavy hooded king suffers complete paralysis, unable to breathe or hold up its own massive weight. and slowly collapses to the arena floor. Despite sustaining severe flesh damage to its lower body, the Black Mamba slithers away from the fallen tank, surviving the encounter. In the brutal, mathematical realities of the animal kingdom, heavy armor and localized damage rarely hold up against hyperactive velocity. The efficiency of shutting down the brain always beats a slow war of attrition. If you want to see more biological breakdowns of nature's deadliest encounters, make sure you are subscribed to Wild Truth for You. Until next time, stay wild and stay safe.